Hello there YouTube, it's Conspiracy Boy here with some eBay finds, some online finds and some trade sort of finds. Well, I suppose buys really. Let's show you the coolest one first. This first row of toys here came from a Mr. Thomas who was on one of the Facebook trader groups. The ones that really took my interest in his post were these. As you know, we go car booting every week looking for weird and wacky toys, and I have never seen anything. And then you can pop them back together, so if they were all present and correct, they would end up looking something like this. So first one is this cool little soldier fella with his little pistol. Second one is this cyborg robot dude, and the third one, and I'll be honest, this is probably my favourite of the three, is this crazy tentacled merman looking dude. I just love his face. They are stamped on the back saying Matchbox 1990, so how I never had these as a kid growing up in the early 90s, obsessed with little toys, I don't know, but yeah, they were really cool. The deal was basically £1 per item plus postage. So he wanted £3 for the figures, and the postage was probably going to be about £3.80. I think it was probably £3.90 in total in the end. And I asked him if we could round it up to 10 by putting in 2 or 3 of these figures, and he very kindly said, take all 4, or even all 5 of them. So I actually got 8 for £1 each and £2 postage, which is really good. I mean, that probably works out, what, £1.25, £1.33 each. We'll start on the right hand side here, where we have this dude. He's one of the Street Fighter G.I. Joes, I'm fairly certain, with the skulls on the front. I think he's the dude with all the stretchy limbs. Don't have him, so that's very cool. And we also have this dude with the massive hair. I think it's called Gully. Not entirely sure. I was always more Tekken than I was Street Fighter, but they are still very cool. This dude, which I think we picked up, was it last week? No, 2-3 weeks ago. But he was in battered shape, so we now got a much better replacement from him. We've got this lady, which I found quite a while ago in a very beat up condition. I'm sure she's got a different chest plate to this one. This one, oops, does come with its backpack and its machine gun. So that's very cool. And then also this dude, who has his crossbow and a rucksack there. I mean, it's sort of a very bright colours on these G.I. Joe figures. This is sort of 90s as well. You can definitely tell by the colour scheme. It's sort of 1990s version of Daryl Dixon. So yeah, that was £10 for those 8 there, which wouldn't have been a bad deal. I mean, if I was at a car boot sale and I saw these, you know, I'd probably pick them up for that price as well. I would have haggled, but yeah, for buying them off someone who knows about toys and is clearing their stock, I was very chuffed. So I hope that the £10 helps set up your new toy room. I told him what state my toy room is in. Mine certainly needs a bit of work done to it when we get the chance, but for the time being, it's just going to get worse and worse, I think. Anyway, on to buy number 2. This was off eBay. This is one of the G.I. Joe Mega Monsters, still sealed on card. Now, the one I always had as a kid, which was probably one of my favourite toys of all time, was that one there. The orange and black and yellow fella. He used to have a hole in his chest that you could fill with Play-Doh, and then you take the Play-Doh out and put it in his hand, and he flung it. Never really had G.I. Joes, but I really loved the way these guys looked. They just looked so cool. Still got the price tag on the back at $5.99. Produced in 1993. I think all in all it cost about £15, £16 for shipping, something like that. I really don't mind paying that much for something like this, because this is the type of thing I love. Just all these crazy, wacky colours, the mental designs, the artwork on the packaging. It just screams early 90s madness that I'm really into. So really chuffed with him. Only noticed when he arrived that it says with monster smell. Now I wonder if that's made in the same way that I've forgotten which one it was. He called Stinkor or something? I forget what he was called. There's a character from the He-Man range, and they mixed some scent in with the mould so that the figure always had this sort of smell, but it seems to die off over time. The packaging is slightly raised in one corner, but I can't really tell if that's his smell or whether that's the smell of just old age or the previous occupant's home or something, or previous owner's home. Who knows? But yeah, really chuffed with that. If anyone's struggling to get me a Christmas present this year, I might say, well, look, we'll just wrap that up and give me 15 quid or something. But never any fun doing that. But no one's going to know the look for these sort of things for me, are they? Most people have never heard of a G.I. Joe Mega Monster. Probably even a lot of G.I. Joe fans, because they were a bit bizarre. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is this. I ordered this about a week ago now, and anyone who watched Sunday's video will find out that I just bought myself an Xbox One and Fallout 4 and a load of other games and whatnot. But I wasn't planning on buying one. It was very much spur of the moment. But I did buy this in advance to that. I saw it on a Toy Trader website. No, sorry, one of the Toy Trade sort of forums on Facebook, one of the groups. And it was listed on some websites at £50, the Fallout 4 gift set. And then it was listed on Tesco at £39.99, I think. And then it was listed as reduced from £39.99 to £12.50, which seems extraordinarily cheap considering that included the postage. So when it arrived, mine was in remarkably good condition. A lot of people complained that their boxes got damaged in transport. Mine arrived pretty much pristine, so I was very chuffed with that. Inside contained all this. Oh, it didn't actually contain Fallout 4. I just put that in there because it seemed like an appropriate place to keep it. So we'll take Fallout 4 out. For your £12.50, you got this lovely presentation box, which is effectively a shoebox, really, isn't it? It's just a shoebox with a print on. You had this rocket-shaped bottle opener, and on the back it says, on the front even, it says Nuka-Cola. I don't know if you can make that out, it's probably too shiny. But yeah, you get the Nuka-Cola logo on there. You also get this Vault-Tec Industries box, which inside contains I think it's called Vault Boy, I'm not sure, I haven't actually got round to playing the game yet. Contains this Vault Boy bobblehead. Apparently Game were doing some bobbleheads, but this one's supposedly larger than the Game version and has a slightly different pose, which I think has something to do with sort of your skills, like your skill tree of speed or strength, something like that. I think they're representative of that. So yeah, you got the bobblehead here, and you also got this T-shirt, which I haven't taken out the packaging yet. It's a size large. The only thing that I can make out that's actually on there at the moment is this Nuka-Cola sort of gun. Yeah, I can't really tell anything else that's on the shirt at the moment. It looks like some sort of print. There's a lady's face on there too, but yeah, I haven't taken it out of the packaging to show you guys exactly what it looks like. But it seems like a very good deal at £12.50. So thank you for whoever posted the link to that on the Toy Trader websites. They were right. It was certainly an error in pricing. I have a feeling that these probably cost about £12.50, including postage, to the retailer. Because when the very next day, I think they realised their mistake and they put these back up to £25 a piece. So yeah, was very pleased to get this. who knows, hopefully if I start playing Fallout, which I probably will 30 seconds after this video ends, I'll probably fall in love with the game, and I'll be chuffed to be walking around in a t-shirt, and I'll have the bobblehead on display, and start using the cardboard box for things and whatnot. But yeah, I was really pleased with that. So yeah, £10, £12.50. This was about £16.50 in honesty in total. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 10 to 30. It's just under 30 quid? No. 40 quid? No. 10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, about 40 quid. This being the most expensive purchase at £16.50. This one at £12.50. And this awesome lot from Mr. Thomas at £10. So, yeah, all in all, quite chuffed. I mean, if I went down the boot sale and spent that sort of money, I'd expect to come back with arms and arms full of stuff. You saw, hopefully, my video that I did yesterday, which was £15 at a car boot sale, where we left with about 60 boglins and monsters in my pocket and battle beasts and things like that, as well as some very old vintage toys, probably more my mum's era than mine, and some SNES boxed games and guns and stuff. So yeah, it's not car boot prices at all, but all very cool stuff. Very chuffed to have it. So check out Mr. Thomas. I'm not even going to attempt to say his first name because I'm probably going to muck it up and I don't want to insult the poor guy. He does have a YouTube channel. He's one of my subscribers and I'm one of his subscribers. So if you'd like to look him out, he's the only person that has Thomas as a surname on my YouTube followers list. And so thanks very much, dude. Thanks to eBay. Thanks for mucking up the price on that at Tesco's. We appreciate that massively. And stay tuned for any other pickups we find and whatnot. But for the time being, it's Conspiracy Boy, Back in the Day Toys, signing off. Ta-ra, guys.